Okay, let's go. It's a Tuesday. We've got an unboxing, kind of. This is a closer look at the Fat Frequency X HBB Deuce. This is the set that a lot of you have purchased. Thank you for your support. We'll look at the cable first. Before I continue, this set is now available for pre-order at Fat Frequency, of course. It's also available at Crinical's The Hangout, which is a cafe / audio shop, kind of like Zeppelin. He's growing right now, and he is taking pre-orders as well. So I'll link below to him and his shop below this video. Linsol is also taking pre-orders for this, so I'll link to those three, Fat Frequency, Crinical, and Linsol down below. Take a closer look at some stuff, because during the first video, I really didn't look closely at anything, just showed some pictures. This is a cable, got it all stretched out just to show you that it's very easy to manage. A couple things to point out. I'll start with the termination. The 3.5 was chosen and sent out originally because everything was done to keep this price down. I'm, for example, getting $1. It's a symbolic gesture. It's never going to come to me. It's going to go when it's collected and gathered and be sent to a local animal charity that I supported once previously in Singapore and will do again, because, again, this is my joy, is to work with Fat Frequency. And also getting the price down is allowing people that can't afford the entry level prior, which was $400 to $500. They couldn't get that. A lot of people in my comment section after my video said, man, yay, a Fat Frequency I can afford. And that was exactly what the goal was. Part of that was going with 3.5 instead of 4.4. And you say, well, these terminations are about the same. That's true, but when you buy them from somebody else, they tend to ask for a little bit more for 4.4 than they do for 3.5. And if you're familiar with the hobby and purchasing, you know that's true. So when you purchase in bulk, the price is going to go up. So decided to go with the cheapest option originally. However, if you want 4.4, that's now available. So you could reach out to Fat Frequency, tell them your order number, and then tell them you want to move to a 4.4 instead of a 3.5. Now, another thing that's hugely important is the cable type. And that is a fabric-covered cable. And there's something called microphonics that people, I'm sure, are aware of, and others maybe are not familiar with it, but they might know what it is when I describe it. When cables sometimes touch other things, the sound transfers very strongly to your ear, or at all. You can hear this while you're listening to music. Let's say this is plugged in, and this cable's rubbing on your chest or something. Every rub and every sound is amplified and transferred to your ear. And it's so annoying you can't listen to music. It is a legit huge deal breaker. When this cable first came to me, the first thing I thought was, oh wow, I really hope that. So I did it the torture test. I plugged it into a DAP, and then I sat in my chair, and then I let it brush up against this table, which is how the timsock became clear to me as being. And then when you rub your hand up and down it, it just makes it more obvious. I've had 3 of these cables so far. None of them exhibited any microphonics whatsoever. If it did, I would have said, let's just move to another cable, because it's not that big of a deal. But it's not a problem because it doesn't actually have microphonics. If you're a buyer and you're watching this video and you see a set and it has fabric covered cables, there is a 50-50 chance, depending on how it was made, that is a potential problem. Make sure that you ask the reviewer, hey, can you see if that has microphonics? Can you rub your hand up and down the cable while you listen to music? Can you tap it on your chest or something while you're listening and tell me yes or no? Not kind of like, does it transfer the sound while you're listening? Because this doesn't do it at all, and a lot don't, but some are obnoxious. So keep that in mind to remember when you see cables that are done like this. The managing of this is actually very easy. As you've seen, it was completely stretched out. The end of it's got this beveled kind of 3D thing going on. It looks absolutely really cool, and the Y-split has the same thing. Now we get to the Y-split and we got the chin slider, and because this is a fabric, the chin slider actually is about as effective as it can be. A lot of times when you do like this, it'll just slide down and it needs to have tension to actually be on it. This will work either way. So the design of the cable is good. It's very functional, and it doesn't have any of the side effects that its design may run into, which is microphonics. So let me go ahead and put this down here. These are the IEM shells themselves, and these came out so... These are gorgeous. I can't believe how nice these look. The whole, just the combo. This is all Fat Frequency's idea. They sent me early samples that look like this. I've got 2 left sides. And this looked very chi-fi to me. And I didn't say anything rude, but I said, maybe we ditch the black sparkles and just go, the red sparkles and go with black. And they were like, bro, don't worry, that's just a shell. That's just the tech and a shell, and so we can send the samples quickly. And then I opened up the right side. And then I got another left side, and then I opened up the right side of this one because I wanted to follow on what they do, look up closely with the microscope setup that I have. And the base setup that they have, which is called base Canon, which is V2, which this has, and I believe the upcoming anniversary also has, is very, 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 very clever. There's no tubes. I won't get into it. So that's the design. It comes in a, let me go ahead and put this down. Oh, one other thing that people were wondering about. It fits a lot like a Scarlett Mini, which is, in my opinion, a very good fit because it gets into your ear good. It's not heavy. It doesn't have any abnormal bumps or anything like that. And you can get a good seal. Another thing that people brought up was the nozzle size, because a fat nozzle is the deal breaker. This is a Moondrop Chew 2, which I wouldn't consider, I don't think anybody ever said it had a fat nozzle. If we put these two up against each other, excuse my ghetto-ness, but you can really get the visual right here. They're virtually identical, so whatever the Chew 2 is what the fat frequency is. It's got a slightly thinner lip for holding the tips, but it's got a lip, and it holds the tips. And these are the CP100s, which are my favorites. I use them all the time, and it goes on just that easy. It doesn't come off if I put it in my ear, because it's got the lip on it, but it is very easy to get CP100s on there, so there's that. Let me put that down. And when you buy this, it's going to come in something like this. I believe red, but it may be black and gold, and it's going to have your name probably on the top if you're part of the first 150 buyers. I believe that's the count. It might look different from this, but probably going to be similar. Some of the samples that were sent to me came in a black, kind of leather, which I think is pretty cool actually. But I believe it's going to be coming in either red or black, depending on what they've decided to finally go with. I just thought it looked nice as it is. So that is the set. Again, this is available for pre-order at Fat Frequency, of course, the Hangout, Crinicals Cafe, and Linsol, and I will put them down below. So you guys, thank you for your support. Yay, life is good, is it not? I would submit that it is really, really good. And you guys stay hydrated. It is hot as hell. And I'm out.